Late this afternoon, Saskatoon's mayor's office put out a news release saying this week's budget cuts puts the financial burden onto city residents and taxpayers. Saskatoon says removing the grants in lieu of taxation will mean a loss of $11.4 million to the city, or what it equates to as a 5.63% tax increase. Joe Garcea is the department head of political studies at the University of Saskatchewan. Joe, tell us how grants in lieu of taxes work.
Well, basically, it stems from the principle that the Crown can't tax the Crown. So both federal and provincial governments are not supposed to be taxed by municipal governments, but they have, in their wisdom, offered to pay grants instead of taxes. That's what it really means. And they do so willingly, but looks like the provincial government has decided to at least cut back on some of the grants in lieu of taxes in the case of SaskPower and SaskEnergy.
Explain more about what changed in the budget and how much that is worth to the cities, in particular Saskatoon and Regina.
Yeah, it's quite remarkable actually. I think many of us who even pay attention to these sort of things are surprised how much money is involved and how much came from these two particular Crown Corps. And I think what we're learning is that it's going to have a significant effect on the two major cities. And I think the question is this the tip of the iceberg? In addition to this cut, there's also the cut to the funding of the libraries, of course. And but the question remains, what else is going to be cut in the future? And will there be less funding in terms of some of the some infrastructure or some other kinds of programs? And so cities are going to have to start really taking care of more of their own finances and less dependency on the provincial government.
What makes you think this could be the tip of the iceberg? This is already a huge financial loss for both cities.
Well, I think that how far down they go on the iceberg is really a question of when it starts hurting the government politically, the provincial government politically. But as long as they've got these objectives of reducing the deficit, that we're going to see them probably scale back as much as possible over the next couple of years, until possibly the year of the election, where then they might scale up again.
Is there any choice for cities but to tax people more, and really it ends up that residents will be footing this bill? Is there any other option?
Well, the other obvious option, Jill, of course, is cutting back services and cutting back expenditures. But the question is there much fat to cut in the cities, or are they pretty well, dealing with bone at this point in time? And it's going to be difficult for them to cut anymore, and taxes will have to go up.
It's a big question. Saskatoon City Council is discussing the budget impact at a special meeting on Sunday. Thanks for your time tonight, Joe.
It was good to talk to you. Thank you very much for the opportunity to explain this.